Hello, my loves. Well, I thought I'd do this video. I promised to do it the other day. How I believe if you think you're being treated unfairly by the police as a community, not as a single person, as a community, and people are calling it two-tier policing, I'd say really it's multi-tiered policing and has been for decades. The police do police different sections of society and people in society completely different. They do. I've seen it myself. And I said in the previous video, you can go right back to the Thatcher days where she used the police to bring the unions under control, which she needed to do because the unions were holding the country to ransom. It was getting ridiculous. It really was getting ridiculous the way the unions were going on strike all the time and bringing the whole country to a standstill. But the fact was, Margaret Thatcher knew how to get the police on board, and there were instances where in minor strikes you could see there were police officers acting as agents provocateur, pretending to be strikers themselves. And that's why it's a nonsense to say that the police without fear or favour, oh there's the boss word, the police without fear or favour. No, they do not. They police with a lot of favour and a lot of fear, upsetting the Home Office and various politicians who can punish them for not doing as they will them to do. It's got nothing to do with what the public want or the public consenting to. It's got a lot to do with, or everything to do with, I should say, what politicians want them to do, because you get these high-ranking officers who are greedily thinking, what are they going to get out of this situation? Are they going to lose the feathers out of their nest, which they don't want happening? So you can guarantee there's multiple tier policing. Well, many years ago in Liverpool in the 80s, an event happened at a gay bar called Paco's Bar, which to me says a lot about the best way to approach the police. And what they did in Paco's Bar was they didn't go on a riot. They didn't do any of that. They didn't stand with banners outside police stations or anything. They just said something that changed everything within the Merseyside Police, because the Merseyside Police panicked, or should I say the detectives and high-ranking officers panicked, because they realised what was actually being said to them, and I'll explain why they panicked. Now, back then in the 80s, the Merseyside Police didn't even try to hide that they were racist, that they were homophobic. Most forces didn't. They were blatantly bigoted. And that makes you wonder that a lot of the very old serving officers now would have started their careers in the 80s, and you think, what attracted them? What attracted them to the workplace that was renowned for that? Go figure it out. When they're saying, oh, we treat communities same, we love diversity. They may say they do, inside I can assure you they don't. So, as I say, this is during the AIDS epidemic that was going on. And a van load of Merseyside police officers must have been bored and thought they wanted some fun and entertainment. So they decided to go down to Paco's Bar, go in there with gloves on, start roughly treating the gay punters and insulting them, and then went out having a laugh and left it there. Well, the very next day, the gay community got together and made a statement. And this statement put the fear of God into, as say, the detectives and senior officers. They turned around and said, we as a community refuse to engage with the police from now on. That sounds so simple and throwaway, doesn't it? Oh, no, it isn't. Look, back then, and it's still can be said true now. There's a lot of seediness attached to the gay community, and there can be a lot of crimes going on. Don't forget, people can be blackmailed or whatever, so they have information on crimes and criminals. Now, what they used to do was the police had to rely on that information to solve crimes. So detectives would go speak to the gay community to see if they had any information on a crime that they were trying to solve. And a lot of the time they gave them information that would solve that crime. You'll find it happen in other sectors. You'll find it happen in the criminal world. You hear the term copper's pencil, don't you? They need those people, or they can't solve the serious crimes that matter to them. And when I say matter to them, it means it gets them brownie points, and they get up the ranking ladder because they've solved important crimes. So when the gay community said that, it was like getting a pair of scissors and cutting the lifeline to promotion for these detectives. And also it would have hit strong with the senior officers as well, because of course they've all got their eye on being the next commissioner of the Met, the highest rank. So the only way to get there is if their force is performing exponentially. And the Home Office says, oh, how wonderful you are. That's what it... See, this is the deal. The Home Office then brags that they've got law and order under control because the police are performing so well. But if you have the police unable to solve serious crimes or crimes that are in the national press because they can't get information from certain sectors, that backfires really, really badly and hits home. So overnight, practically, the Merseyside Police changed and started trying to put it right where it happened. They would apologise and were sorry, we won't do this again. And they made amends, and then the gay community started interacting with the police again. But the fact is, it wasn't rioting, as I say, that cured that problem. It was simply taking away the very thing from the police which they needed, and that is to give them information when they need it on crimes that they were trying to solve. Now, what I'd say to people is, who are concerned about the way the police are, and we can all see it, I can see it. It's more blatant now. It's as if they want you to know that there is multi-tiered policing, even though they deny it. Without fear of favour, without fear or favour. No, there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of favour, believe me, involved in it. It's to just, if you're a community and you can say, well, we're not engaging with you. That's it. Don't come to us asking us for information on crimes, because we're not going to engage with you. We're not going to give you any information we have until we're treated exactly the same as everyone else in this country. And everyone is treated the same. And you stop pandering to the Home Office. Because this, as I said, I'll repeat it again, the detectives need to get these cases solved. The chief officers need the detectives to solve these cases so that they can please the Home Office, and the Home Office need them to please them so they can boast to the public, we are the party of law and order. Under us you're safe. Under us these baddies are being brought to justice. If you turn around and say, well, you're not going to get any information out of us, buddies, that collapses straight away, and they have to do something. But as I said, put my thoughts down on that. The power of your words and a threat that you're going to go silent when the police need you to be talking to them in private is more powerful and more effective than any riot or any demonstration holding up placards, I can assure you.